Mm, 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 mm. You know what? I still can't never find nothing in this damn purse. I'm looking for my lighter. And I know I put it in here earlier. Let me see. Child, now I can't find a damn thing. But look, I don't know. Mm, it must have disappeared or something. Oh no, I'm tripping. It's over here. My bad. All right. Hello, hello, hello. How you doing? Good afternoon, or what is it? Good evening. This is a little late. What is going on? How was your weekend? What's going on this profitable Saturday? This beautiful, spectacular Saturday. I'm just saying. Ooh. So I am just coming in the house from some apartment tours. Hello, goddess. Hello, hello. I am just coming in from some apartment tours. So I really didn't publicly say anything because if I did, I really don't remember doing it because it really wasn't like that big of a deal. But I am trying to move again. I know I just moved last year, but I'm trying to move again for the new year. So I was checking out some luxury apartments today. Found a couple that I like. I'm not gonna lie, I did find one that I liked. It had a nice pool. It reminded me of a resort, and that's why I really liked it the most. Cause like with the amenities and all of that stuff, like it's a very basic luxury apartment. Carpet, flooring, good flooring in the kitchen or whatever. I really don't like apartments with carpet, but you know, um, it was a nice apartment. But what sold me on it was really like the pool and the little community area that they had, because the pool reminded me of the resort in Jamaica. And I was like, oh my God, like I'll just like be lounging, in the pool. And it was empty of all things too. So not only is this pool like giving me Jamaica resort vibes, it was fucking empty, which means like, okay, on average, like there's other people here or whatever, duh. But like I'm gonna have the pool to myself. Like if I already lived here, I would just be outside at that pool right now, and I would just be out there by myself. I would have the whole large pool to myself. I could sunbathe. I could, because I'm out there alone, I could like take my shirt off and be topless and get a nice tan. I really, really fell in love with that pool. So hopefully they have some other units, because the unit I saw today was just like a model. I don't want that one because you can't actually see the pool. But like, sitting on the balcony, sunbathing naked on the balcony or at the pool, just relaxing. Oh my goodness. And they had a little doggy park, so I could take the puppy over there. Oh my goodness, yeah. I really did like it. And it was a fairly decent price. I know my sub's going to be the one that's paying for it, but I mean, I could definitely be getting him a good bargain. Some bang for his buck, so to speak, right? But nevertheless, I'm coming to you guys just to chit chat, answer questions, um, etc. Just to chit chat and answer questions. Yes, it is the season. 'Tis the season for apartment hunting. Like I'm the type of person, when I know, when you just get that energy, you just get that like spirit is telling you like, okay, it's time to go ahead and move. It's okay. It's time to just go ahead and make a move in a different direction. I like to start that process like so early because you know, like I have all of this stuff in my apartment. I gotta pack all of this stuff up. I gotta hire a moving company. I gotta hire a moving company that's not like weird or like it's a bunch of men because you know, like I have to pack up the dungeon and all of that other stuff. And it's like, okay, well, I don't really want to, you know, now that I'm moving for the fourth time, that is a lot of work. Moving from 2-bedroom apartment to the next 2-bedroom apartment, and now I'm gonna be moving to like a 1-bedroom apartment with like a den kind of thing. So it's like you know, moving it just takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of energy. I don't want to pack my house up again for the fourth time and then move it and unpack it. This time around, I really want to hire a moving service too. So I'm just, you know, it's a lot of stuff that like I just need to take care of now. And it's better to just do it all early because I need to know that the moving company is not going to be like weird about moving my fucking Andrews cross or like seeing a bunch of dicks wrapped up in a box because of, I mean, like, what the fuck? Like, you're packing up a dungeon. Like, what did you expect, right? So they got to be like super professional, whatever. Because I don't want to do shit. I don't want to do shit this time around, but just have the sub pay for the shit, have the moving company come, pack all of it up, and then I just bring my cute ass and you know sign the lease and get the keys and just go ahead and move on. Like that's what I want to do this time around. But this will be my fourth self-funded apartment, so it's not like it's, you know, something I have not done. Something I haven't done. So, yeah. Just a lot of moving parts with that. But, you know, 'tis the season when it comes to, like, manifestation. I know we just had, like, the 8-8 Lionsgate portal, and I kind of been wanting to come on here and do, not necessarily a spiritual chat, but just kind of talk to the collective from that perspective. I know that you know, you guys know that my page, my YouTube channel here used to be dedicated to tarot readings and stuff like that. So it's not that I don't read tarot anymore, but it's just more so been a more so closed private practice for me for a while, just to, you know, keep that same energy, give that energy to myself. Um, but yeah, so I just kind of wanted to talk to you guys about that for a while, and I haven't done it because of retrograde. Like right now, it's just a time where like, you know, we're making all of these moves. It's time to like, you know, figure out what you want for the new year, what it is that you're calling in, and spirit is just like, you know what, like it's a good time, but at that same time you got to keep it hush hush, like all your moves. And that's just how it is in business and life, to like, to be honest, like altogether, like you never tell everyone every single move. You never give, like, show your whole hand. You never tell everybody what you got going on, everybody in your business. You keep some, you know, stuff to yourself, some stuff under wraps, especially when it's like in the early stages of manifestation and stuff like that. um so I've been wanting to kind of talk about that for a while, but like I said, it's also retrograde, and you know, people be stuck in their ways. People be going through bullshit. People be projecting their bullshit during retrograde, and I am, you know, miss me with that energy. I'm vibrating really, really high, and can't nobody take me down with them to the pits of hell. So, you know, I keep it cute and I keep it pushing as much as possible. But I just feel like it was important, and then it is important to talk about because, like, from the perspective of manifestation and calling in your desires, calling in what it is that you want, right? If you want that new apartment, because I know we did a live. It's been, you know, a few days, if not a few weeks by now, but we did a live a couple lives ago. We had a conversation about like how to get you know, subs, how to get men to um pay for your apartment, pay your rent, how to get them to buy you a car. And all of those things are doable. It's not impossible to get someone to, you know, buy you a car as a findom. um there are things that I just personally, you know, and that's why I discussed it in that last video. If you haven't watched it, I would definitely recommend, you know, going to watch that. But that's why I also mentioned in that video, there are also still, personal things in the process of having a sub buy you a car, that you need to do in order to protect yourself, in order to protect your income, protect the car, protect what it is, like protect yourself in your apartment, to make sure that you're being like physically safe, like your sub doesn't know your address just because he's paying your rent, right? Like he doesn't need to know your address just because he's paying your rent. He doesn't need to, if this is like a man that you're dating on some like vanilla type shit, just because he pays your car note doesn't mean he gets to drive your car. There are certain things that you have to do, in order to finesse like this, in a way that works. And again, like I said, protects you and protects your income. Because the last thing you want to do, just because somebody's paying for something, is tying yourself to them, and now they feel like, oh well, I'm like I said, I'm paying for your car note. This is a guy you're dating. I'm paying for your car note, so I should drive the car. Or a sub is like, oh well, I'm paying your rent for the year, so I should know your address so that I can come see you, or so that I can send you packages, or I can send you, like, no, you don't have to do any of those things. You don't have to do any of those things. It's not required. Um, and this is why it's so important for us to know, when you're doing this as financial dominatrices, when you're doing this under the guise of financial domination, this is what men live for. This is what fin subs actually want. This is what fin subs actually desire. They want to be able to serve us and support us and worship us in this way. Like every man wants that. Every man fantasizes about, getting rich and taking care of beautiful women and spoiling beautiful women. They all want that. Any man that says he doesn't want that is a fucking liar, because that's the first thing that they do. When a man gets rich, the first thing that he does is surround himself with women. Women that he wants to please, women that he wants to impress, women that he wants to pay for, women that he wants to now flaunt and spoil and take care of, because he's now financially able to do so. So any man that says that that's not his desire, that he doesn't get down like that, he's a liar. He may not have a specific kink for financial domination, but best believe when a man gets a job for the first time, now he wants to start thinking about dating and getting girlfriends. If a man is interested in you in the vanilla life and in vanilla world, he will take you out on a date and he will pay for it, right? So he's gonna pay either way. It doesn't matter if he's into financial domination or not. He's gonna pay either way. You're gonna pay for the date. You're gonna pay for dinner, right? So you might as well take it a step further and pay my rent. You might as well take it a step further and buy me a car. Some men just get caught up because they can't actually afford to do those things. They can afford to take you out on a date. They can afford to buy you food, but they can't afford to buy you a house, right? So that's when they get, oh, you're a gold digger. Oh, you shouldn't want those things. No, there's nothing wrong with me wanting those things. There's nothing wrong with me having dreams and desires. There's nothing wrong with a woman saying, I want the men that I entertain to be able to provide for me. I don't want to be around the type of man that only wants something from me, and if I need something from him, he cannot help me. There's nothing wrong with a woman saying that. The issue comes in where the man himself is the one that's incompetent and doesn't have the money to actually be able to provide and do the things that he says he wants to do. So, hey goddess, I did see your question. I'm getting to it now. How do we get there to having subs so dedicated to your life of leisure and ease? How do you get there? Like, so basically, how do you get to the point where you can have your rent paid and like be sub funded and be able to quit your job and stuff like that? So those are things that I've done and will continue to do. But like through financial domination, it is very possible. Their secret, so to speak, is, from a professional instance, like I always tell you guys, consistency, being consistent with your content, being consistent with showing up online, being consistent with, being present in your business and your marketing. Because yes, financial domination, like you're getting paid to be cute, you're getting paid to exist, you're getting paid for, your nails and this and that, but it is still a business. there is still work and labor that has to be done, and it's almost like a science to this as well. From a psychological perspective and from a professional and business perspective, there is a science to this. There is some work that needs to be done, you know. So being consistent with that, and then like I always say, relationship building. You're not gonna get a man that, you know, you've only had one or two conversations with, and you guys haven't really connected, you haven't really clicked, and he's sending you money month after month after month after month. Those types of men who want to invest in you long term, those types of men who want to pay your rent every year, those types of men who want to buy you a car, those types of men that want to put you in those different types of like lifestyles and like really provide for you in that way, they want a relationship with you. Now, I'm not talking about like romantic, because it doesn't have to be romantic, but they want some sort of connection to you. They want to feel like they can trust you. They want to feel like you guys can talk about anything. They want to feel like they feel safe around you. And that's where building a relationship with your subs, and that's why it's so important, because, you know, you can have somebody that's like, oh, I want to do this, or oh, I want to do that, or they send, you know, some large amount like one time, but that one time doesn't really replicate to long term. You know, somebody sending you $1,000 at once is great, but $1,000 in financial domination is normal. It's the norm. You should be getting that. That's how much you should get, honestly, at a minimum, as far as like introductory minimum tributes go. But how to get them to do it over and over and over again, you have to do that with relationship building. And so many people skip that step. You cannot skip steps on the way to success, because then you're going to fall flat on your ass. You have to really focus on building relationships. And it's not going to be with any and everybody. Like, every sub's not going to be worth it. You have to know how to identify what type of man is going to be worth your time or not, because most of them will not be worth your time. Most of them will not be worth your time, but you do need to know the difference and use your discernment to know the difference. And, you know, make sure that you, with your content and all of that other stuff, you're being consistent so that you have that money coming in from your subs. Period. It's really not that much more complicated. Like, it's really not. The hardest part, or where people get so caught up, so fucked up, so like, I'm struggling, I can't do it, is because they're really not spending enough time actually being consistent or actually trying to build relationships. Like, so many new doms come and be like, oh, I don't want to talk to nobody. If you don't want to talk to nobody, then you don't want no fucking money. Period. If you don't want to talk to nobody, then you need to dedicate yourself to making clips where you're talking to the camera and you're not talking to a person. And if you're only going to talk to the camera, and that, you know, because I'm saying, you're not talking to somebody by selling the clip, you talking to the camera, pre-recording it, and then selling it. If you don't want to talk to nobody, that's probably the only shit that you're going to be able to do. Selling content, doing membership subscriptions, making type of content as a dom where you are not interacting with your audience. Will that be harder for you? Yes, because you're actually not building relationships with subs. You won't have subs. You won't have fin subs. You won't have whale subs if you're not talking to people. If you don't want to talk to people and be a fin dom, you're not really a dom. You're a content creator, and your niche is financial domination, and you talking to the camera. So you'll never truly have subs, but you will have customers and fans. Can your customers and fans still send? Can your customers and fans still finance your lifestyle? Sure. But are they going to feel prompted to do that when they really don't have a connection with you? No. Because, again, you don't talk to them. You don't interact. You don't engage. So all they're doing is buying content. You're basically a porn star at that point to them. You're basically an actor. A femdom, porn actor. But you're damn sure not a financial dominatrix, because you don't have any relationships if you're not talking to people. So that's how a lot of people get caught up, and where a lot of people get caught up. But again, you know, the same subs that's paying the car note is the same ones that was fucking with me back in 2019, 2017. 2018. The same motherfuckers that found me in 2018 are the same ones that's paying for shit now in 2024. You have to go through the journey, and you got to be in the field long enough. Sometimes some of y'all don't really actually be out in the field long enough. You only do financial domination for like 6 months. You don't make no money in 6 months because you don't have no education. You're trying to figure it out on your own, and then you give up. You give up too early. You cannot keep giving up. You got to stick with it. You got to stick with it. You got to be consistent. You really, really do. La, 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 la. But the point of today's video, because I know I did not turn the light on, and now, to be honest, I don't feel like getting up to turn the light on because y'all gonna see my butt. And we can't have that on YouTube. So, the point of today's video is just to be delusional. Let's just say it like that. Like, the point of today's video is to be delusional. I'm encouraging you. Let me use my flashlight. That'll give you some more, some light in here because I'm not getting up to turn the light on. I don't feel like doing that. But I am encouraging you. Let this video be the motivation that you need, be the message that you need to hear. Baby girl, you need to be more delusional. Okay? Be delulu. Be delulu. I'm trying to put this somewhere where it's not like blinding the fuck out of me. Maybe like right here. I don't know. The light is blinding. Whatever. Let's put it over there. And call it a day. Yeah, that's fine. But yeah, you need to be a little bit more fucking delusional with your dreams, with your manifestations. Like, if you are in financial domination, you've never touched this type of money before, it's gonna feel foreign to a certain extent when you start getting traction, when you start making money. Because again, if you've never made, $1,000 in a day in your vanilla life, doing it in financial domination is damn sure gonna gas your fucking head up. Like, it's gonna gas your fucking head up. You're not gonna be the fucking same as who you were when you start financial domination, like, and you're not making any money and stuff like that. That shit really changes your mentality. It changes your mindset. It changes the way that you see yourself, the way that you see life, the way that you see relationships, the way that you see men, the way that you see other women. Your standards will be so much higher. Like, your standards will be so much higher when you really start making money as a financial dominatrix, because it's like, okay, well, why did I settle for less? Why did I put myself in other places where I wasn't getting this, or I was surrounding myself with men who weren't thinking like this? Like, you are really gonna take a look at yourself and just be like, damn, like, this is really the lifestyle I should have been living my whole fucking life. Like, where's this been my whole life? It's real. It's real. It really, really is. It's real. But when it comes to manifesting your desires and actually getting what you want, you have to be very fucking delusional. You have to believe that no matter what the circumstances, I don't got to figure it out right now, or I do have it figured out right now. You have to know with so much conviction that it's going to happen for you. You have to be so convinced that your dreams of getting rich, your dreams of living a luxury lifestyle, your dreams of being spoiled, being pampered, being taken care of, you have to be so fucking delusional in believing that this shit is gonna happen for you. This shit is gonna happen for you. This shit is gonna manifest. This shit is going to come true. If I keep working, if I keep pushing, if I keep going, it will come closer. It will be here. This opportunity, right? Like, you literally have to be delusional. And I'm really not like hyping that up for no reason. I really am. Because I've had people in my life when I was coming up as a dom. Well, I guess I'm still in the process of coming up, because it's not like I've been here for 10 years. It's only, year 7 and going on to year 8. What is it, year 8 coming up in March or April? I think that's gonna be year 8. But I've had people tell me, like, you're delusional as fuck. Like, you think that you can get your life paid for. You think that you're gonna move into this. Back then when I didn't, before I had moved into the Zenith downtown in my apartment, you think that you're gonna be able to move into this $2,000 a month luxury apartment and buy a new car and have men take care of you and make money off of OnlyFans and make money off the internet as a financial dominatrix, and you think that this is going to be enough for you to quit your job for this? You're fucking delusional. You're fucking crazy. I've had people swear me up and down that I couldn't do none of the shit that I've already fucking done. They told me I could not get my fucking luxury apartment at the Zenith downtown. And I did that. Was there for a whole fucking year. $2,000 a month to sit above the motherfucking clouds. Done. Checked off the list. They said I couldn't get a new fucking car and have it subfunded. Checked off the list. The car's outside. The car's outside. Checked. I done had that motherfucker. It ain't never went nowhere. Said I couldn't do it. And I did. And I will do it again. The apartment that I'm in right now, third sub-funded apartment. They said I couldn't do it once. I did it 3 fucking times. Let me say, you said I couldn't do it once. I did it 3 fucking times. Just to spite a mother. And I'm going to do it a 4th time too. Just to spite a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? If people aren't telling you that you're fucking crazy, if people aren't telling you that you're fucking delusional, that you doing too much, then clearly you're not thinking big enough. You're not dreaming big enough. You playing it too safe. Okay? You have to be very audacious about your dreams. Now, am I saying that if you're brand new to financial domination that you should just quit your job right now before you even start making any money? Fuck no. I damn sure am not telling you to do that shit. But once you get to the point where you have some consistent income, you got some money saved up, you got debt paid the fuck off, financial domination will help you quit your fucking job and make sure that you don't never have to go clock in on somebody else's fucking clock unless you want to. Because sometimes, again, depending on the connection that you have with your subs, when they are in certain places or certain positions and they have access to certain money, you know what I'm saying, they can't necessarily, and I'm trying to say this without saying it, when you have a rich sub, a well sub who has access to money, and that money comes from a specific entity or a place, they can't just outright swipe a card, here goes some cash, give it to you. You may, depending on what's going on with that sub, depending on the scenario, depending on where that funding is coming from, you may have to, work out something mutually beneficial between you and that sub so that you can still get the money that you need or the tributes that you're promised. Even if on the outside surface, it looks like you have a job. But then again, based on your compensations, based on your benefits package, based on the connection between you and that sub, you actually work out something else, in your little arrangement or in your little contract, so to speak. But to the outside world and to the source of funding, you're an employee. You get where I'm going with this? And if you don't, then maybe you just, I don't know, maybe you just went over your head. But, you know what I'm saying? Read between the lines, rewind it, think about it. But you get what I'm saying. So sometimes you can get away with that type of stuff because it's not illegal when it's done the right way. Only you and your sub know what's really going on. Like I said, to the outside world, it may look like something else. But between you and that sub, and he just so happened to be the motherfucker that's cutting the check, y'all know what the fuck is going on. So it's very, very possible for these types of things to happen for you. It's not impossible for you to get $1,000 in one day as a dom. It's not impossible for you to travel the world as a financial dominatrix and have your subs pay for that shit. It's not impossible for you to have your subs pay your rent and for the month, pay your rent for the whole year, pay off your student loans, buy you a house. All of these different types of things happen in our community all the fucking time. All the fucking time. It's doms out here that's getting $70,000 tributes in one sitting. All the fucking time. It is possible. You just need to be fucking delusional enough to believe that you deserve that shit. you want that shit, you are fully prepared to handle it, and that you are capable of manifesting it. Sometimes from a spiritual perspective, though, the universe, your ancestors won't bring something to you if they can tell you're not ready. So that's why I tell you, and in that last live that we were talking about, when I was talking about like how to get a sub to buy you a car, how to get a sub to buy you an apartment, that's why I told you guys to focus on your personal credit too. Because yes, you can have a sub buy you shit and pay for this and pay for that, but if you want it in your name so that you're not attaching yourself to that person mentally, emotionally, sexually, financially, etc., you're not dependent on that person, you have to have those things in your name. And of course, we're in the US where credit scores and all this other stuff is a thing, so you're gonna need to have your shit together. And sometimes some people just fucking don't. Let's keep it a buck. Sometimes people just fucking don't. You're coming into financial domination because you need money. 9 times out of 10, you don't have no perfect 850 credit score or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It may not be a 400 or 500, but you damn sure don't probably have no 800, right? I got student loans. You know what I'm saying? So off the top, that's like already on my credit, just off the rip from my $45,000 fucking degree. So you have to focus on yourself and you have to focus on your credit, because those things do make a difference when you are getting an apartment, whether you have a sub paying for it or not, because you're not using your subs pay stubs. You're not using your subs tax information or bank statements. You're using yours. Right? So your shit still has to be, in order. So, and I said that, and I gave you that, guys, that advice and the resource for fixing your credit. And if you need access to that resource, it is still available, for students on the inside. The link for creating or starting your membership, I should say, as a student to get access to the courses is right here in the description box tonight. But you'd have to have that type of stuff. Hold up. Is something on my nose? No, it's not. You have to have that type of stuff because, like I said, they're going to run your shit. And at the end of the day, your ducks need to be in a row. Your ducks need to be in a row. Your shit needs to be together. Hold on. The last thing you want to do is get yourself in a position where you are finally getting, money coming in and, as a dom, but you haven't taken care of your personal shit. So now you got personal shit to take care of. Like, it's girls that, and I used to say it all the time, and it's not like I was making fun of them for doing it, but it was just more so like, sis, you need to be focused on your priorities. Like, don't be the type of dom that's new, and now that she finally touching some money, you on a timeline with purses and shoes, but you still at your mother house. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool that you got a nigga to buy you some Christian Louboutins, but hear me out for a second. Instead of jumping straight to Christian Louboutins, now that you finally touching money as a dom, go ahead and get your credit together so that you can stop making femdom porn inside your mother house. Right? Maybe go ahead and move. Go ahead and make a move and live on your own. It's fine that you and your mom got a good relationship. She ain't charging you no rent. That's fine. But the reality is, you making femdom porn in your mama house. Go ahead and get your own place and do your own thing as a grown woman. Stop, you know what I'm saying? Stop doing OnlyFans content in her basement. Go ahead and get your own spot. Go ahead and get you a car. Go ahead and fix your credit. Go ahead and pay off your student loans. Go ahead and pay off some shit that you had in collections from when you was a kid, when you was 19, fucking up your credit. Go ahead and get your life together in the ways that's most important before you worry about flexing Christian Louboutins and Birkin bags on the timeline. Because trust and believe, I can buy a Birkin bag. I can get Christian Louboutins. They go at top floor right there behind the fucking camera. And I'll order another one. But I'm doing all those things now, And I'm really flexing with luxuries now because I'm at a place where I'm more secure financially, personally. I lived that lifestyle, fucked it up, you know what I'm saying, with being a new dom, getting the luxury apartment, getting all that money, fucking up the money. Really not fucking it up, but spending that shit, really, honestly. Spending that shit like a fucking drug dealer. And then being like, oh damn, well I could have did XYZ. I could have bought a house by now. I could have got a different car by now. I could have started another business by now. You know, just like you have these, not that I regret spending the money on how I spent the money, but like once you're older, once you're wiser, you're like, damn, I really made $180,000 before the age of 25 as a financial dominatrix. And I've never touched that much money in my life. It is generations. The last 2 generations, 3 generations, in fact, of my family have never even touched money, that much fucking money before. You know what I'm saying? I don't come from no family where and I don't give a fuck about how they feel about it, because I know my family don't watch my YouTube channels and y'all don't know them, so it really don't make no difference. But like, ain't nobody in my fucking immediate family ever touched $180,000 before in a year. You know what I'm saying? Like, not at all. Not nowhere close. Not nowhere close. And they could try to, say that they getting X amount of money or whatever, but damn sure not $180,000 worth. No. No ma'am. No ma'am. Maybe 60, maybe 70, maybe even 80. But damn sure not 180. Not 180,000. No. No. And that's the generational curse that I broke, bringing wealth into the lineage. You know what I'm saying? But now that I'm older, I realize, okay, all those times where I was balling out on vacations, I was balling out on this, I was balling out on that, hair, nails, shoes, dumb shit, shoes, clothes and purses and shit that I don't even got no more, because you just don't. Like, that wasn't worth it. It could have been invested differently. So that's what I urge. That's what I encourage. Like, if you are going to manifest these things, know that it is possible. Know that, it can be done when you are consistent, when you are focusing on those relationships, but you still also need to feed that money back into yourself. Because, yeah, it's cool to think that year one as a financial dominatrix that you want a motherfucker to, ball out on you and cash out on you and send you all of this money and you're going to take all these trips. But like I said, if you still raggedy, vanilla name you, the name that's associated with your social security, like your goddess name, your dom name, that bitch is rich. But your social security, the one that's on that birth certificate, the one the government, IRS, the one all these other people looking for, that bitch, if that bitch not rich too, then you not moving right. You know what I'm saying? You should not be, like, I've seen so many doms doing this, like, and I talk to you all the time, but making little GoFundMes and shit, like getting all of these tributes for rent and stuff like that, and then having all these GoFundMe pages. Like, you shouldn't be moving like that. What the fuck happened to the money that the nigga gave you? What the fuck? Did you sell the money? You know what I'm saying? So if you big balling as a dom, but then you got bill collectors on your phone, what's really going on? What's really tea? What's really tea? So handle your business, and handle your business with a certain level of discretion, but also be fucking delusional at the same time. And I was thinking about this morning, because I feel like Glorilla said some shit like that. And what I mean by be delusional is when that bitch Glorilla said she wasn't fucked up about her credit score because she might be rich as fuck tomorrow. That's the level of delusion that you need to be, okay? So go ahead and fix your credit. Talk to some people. Get your shit together. Pay off bills. Whatever it is that you got to do. But also still be delusional in the fact that you know that you're a financial dominatrix. This is a $1 billion industry that you're in. And it is very possible for you to have $0 on one day and $2,000, $3,000, $10,000 the next. It very much so is. It's very much so possible for you to start waking up You wake up on a Saturday morning, $100. It's very possible for you that same day to go to sleep, hit the bed, hit the sheets at the end of the night with another $2, $3, $4, $5,000. It is. It really, really is. But you're gonna have to be consistent, and you're gonna have to show up, and you're gonna have to work on your belief system. You're gonna have to work on, certain childhood traumas. Sometimes, especially as Black women, sometimes we have certain types of traumas around money. Talking about money. If you ain't never grow up, if you ain't never grew up with a lot of money, or your family like had shaky like money situation, like you got scarcity mindset, or you grew up poor, you grew up in the hood, or you did grow up rich, but your parents really didn't teach you financial literacy. It's some motherfuckers that grew up in wealth and still be fucking up their money. I know trust fund babies that's poor. You know what I'm saying? Trust fund babies, women, doms that was literally trust fund babies that had millions, thousands sitting in accounts from the age that they was born to the age they turned 18, 21, and they blew through those fucking funds because yeah, your family was rich, but they didn't teach you financial literacy. So now you blew all your money in your trust fund, and mommy and daddy not helping you because you fucked up the bag. Like, and that's true. But did they teach you financial literacy? No. Is that their fault? Yeah. But you win some, you lose some. But it's still important to just handle your shit and know that if you really want something to happen, it can. One way that I like to try to pay attention to like manifestations and stuff, because you're never really supposed to talk about what you're manifesting on the internet. Really not supposed to talk about it with a lot of people, in general. When you are manifesting something, it's best to keep that shit to yourself, keep it close to chest, keep it to your heart, between you and God, until it actually manifests for you in the 3D. Because again, your energy, your thought process, the way you move throughout the day towards that goal, about that goal, thinking about that goal, is going to make a difference. If you wake up on the type of time and type of mindset like, oh, I'm gonna make some money today, you're gonna make some money today. You're probably gonna come up on some type of money. You're gonna make a clip sale somewhere, a sub gonna come through, you will find some money on the street, you're gonna come up on some type of money. And it's why, not because of coincidence, but no, you woke up with the mindset, with the energy, with that vibration, putting that out there into the universe that you are a magnet for money. And as long as you continue moving that like that, it's gonna happen for you. But if you wake up with some funky ass attitude and it's like, oh, this shit ain't working, financial domination is dry, it's oversaturated, I'm not making no money, and you continue to move with that energy, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're repelling what you want away from you because you're not vibrating on the right level. So, if you wake up like, today's gonna be a shitty day, with that type of mindset, you might not even want to go live on Loyal Fans. You might not even want to check in on Twitter and see what's going on. You might not even go on Night Flirt and turn your little thing on so that you can get some calls, because you're already in a fucked up mood. Meanwhile, now you're even madder at the end of the day because you didn't had a fucked up day and now you ain't made no money. But why? It's because you aren't in the right energy. If you were in the right energy, you woke up on the right side of the bed, you said, you know what, today's gonna be a good day, I'm gonna make some money today. Now you're moving in high vibrations. Now you're more likely to go on Loyal Fans because you in a good mood. Now you're more likely to go on Night Flirt because you in a good mood. And now you got all of this money coming to you. You're aligning yourself with the energy of what it is that you want. And one thing the universe will love to do when you get something on your heart, on your mind, to do something, to manifest something, that desire comes in, the universe will test you to see if you are truly serious, truly wanting what it is that you say you want, and they will give it to other people. So if you see other doms getting what you want, that's how you know your manifestations are close. When I was trying to manifest my well, that was technically my second apartment when I moved downtown at the Zenith. That was my second by then. But when I was trying to manifest that apartment, I kept seeing, and that was because when did I move into that apartment? I moved out at the end of 21. I was there for, so I moved in like 2020, which means I was working towards manifesting it like late 2018, 2019. So back in 2019, when I was manifesting that apartment, my second apartment at that time, I knew that I was getting closer and closer and closer because I kept seeing all these other doms on the timeline getting approved apartments. Bitches was getting approved apartments left and right. Oh, I just got approved for myself on an apartment. Oh, I just got approved for myself on an apartment. Oh, I just got approved for an apartment. Look at the view. It's full to ceiling windows. And I was like, oh my God, like why is all these bitches manifesting what it is that I want? But it seems like when I'm trying to manifest, it's taking fucking forever. And it wasn't that it was taking forever. It's more so that the universe was testing me. Are you really ready for this opportunity? Are you really ready for what this, what you claim that you want? Are you making enough money as a dom to really be able to afford a $2,000 per month luxury apartment? Is your personal credit together so that you can actually have this apartment in your name, right? Like, are you truly ready for the shit that you say that you're ready for, that you're calling in? And it took me some time. It did. It took me some time, but I did manifest it. There were several things in the way, like in that process, back in 2019, right before I manifested the apartment. It's not like I didn't know I was gonna manifest it, but it was more so like the timing of it that had threw me off. Because at first, I had got approved for the apartment. I moved in October 9th I moved in October 23rd or something like that, 2019. Yeah, that's right, because then I was there for a whole year, and then I moved out November of 21. Yeah, that's right. I moved in October 2019. But here's the thing when it comes to manifestations, and like I said, the universe testing you to see if you're ready for certain shit. I got approved originally. I had got originally approved for the apartment back in June, way before October when I actually finally moved in. So I was fucked up in my head because I was like, damn, how the fuck I just got approved for this apartment? It's June. And now, what happened? My fucking, the radiator in my car went up. Like, the bitch exploded. Like, the radiator in my fucking car over fucking heated and exploded like 2-3 weeks right after I got approved for the apartment in June. So now I was like, fuck. Now I gotta use what I was supposed to have towards moving trucks and all of this, that I gotta use that to either get a new fucking car, which I was not expecting to do right off the top. I was expecting to move into the apartment and then get a new car like several months later after I already got settled into the apartment. I can't move into the apartment and get a new car the same month. Like, that's putting too much stretch on me, like mentally, not financially, but mentally speaking, like trying to move all of my shit, knowing that I was gonna move all of my shit in a car that I had, and now the car I don't have. Like, it was a bunch of shit that was going on. And I wound up having to push it back. Now, they didn't hold the apartment for me because I got approved in June and I didn't move in until October. So then I'm like, damn, now it's July and I'm back on my feet from my fucking radiator exploding because I had to pay a fucking buku money to get a radiator and then have somebody else put the fucking radiator in the car because they was just trying to total the bitch because it was so old. No, it was way more expensive for me to buy a new car than it was for you to just pay for this radiator and then put it in, even though that shit was expensive. So it's like, damn, now it's July and they can't hold the apartment for me anymore because I just got approved and I still haven't moved in yet. So they can't hold the apartment for me anymore. So now they have to give the apartment to somebody else. The floor plan that I was looking at, they had to give it to somebody else. So now I'm like, fuck, what the fuck is going on? I was so fucking close to manifesting my dream apartment. Like, all of this shit is going on. Something else happened with my car, and I'm not remembering what the fuck it was. But some other shit was happening with my car, and there was some shit that was happening with my family. And I was just like, oh my fucking God. Like, I am so close to this thing, and I feel like just everything is trying to keep me away from what the fuck I want. What the fuck is going on? It wasn't till October. It wasn't till October when that sub finally came through with that $10,000. And I wasn't expecting that, because at that point I was just like, oh my God, like all hope is lost, even though it really wasn't. But I was just like, oh my God, like woe is me, all hope is lost. Like, what the fuck? Like, I've been doing all of this shit, all of this work, all of this like soul searching and grinding as a dom to get myself to the point where I'm manifesting my dream apartment. Like, I've always wanted this apartment since I was a little girl. Like, this is a big deal. Like, I'm spiraling. I'm losing my fucking mind over the fact that I was so close to manifesting my dream apartment. And at that time, it just seemed like everything was trying to keep me away from it. Like, people was calling me delusional. People was saying, my family was calling me crazy. My family was talking crazy to me. Like, oh, you're never going to be able to do this or do that. Like, you should not be doing this right now. Like, people was trying to put so much shit in my head. And so much fucked up shit was happening, bruh. Oh my God. And then October comes, and the sub comes through, and that $10,000, and I went straight to the leasing office, bitch. Woo! I went straight to the leasing office, like, here, sign that motherfucker right now. The ink couldn't even dry. I ran, and baby, back then, I didn't even have no moving truck. They took this, they said, go ahead, the check cleared. They said, come in and sign the documents. I went in there with my former best friend at the time. I went to the leasing office with her ass, signed that motherfucking paper. And bitch, before the motherfucking ink could dry, I was outside my mama house putting whatever the fuck I could fit into my car into that bitch. And I was moving the fuck in. I'm not waiting. I'm not waiting. You gave me the keys 30 minutes ago. 45 minutes later, my shit is upstairs in the units. Stop playing. Right? I was not fucking around. And in that moment, it was so crazy. And it was like so much shit happening at once. It was so exciting that I did not realize until way after the fact that my body was also showing me symptoms prior to, like, a few days before, a few weeks before this sub had finally came through with all of that money. I started having like real bad anxiety, like, oh my God, like what the fuck is going on? Like, I'm spiraling, like this is so crazy. I was so close. Like, how could God get me so close and then just have me like so far away at the same time? Like, why are you doing this to me? Like, I'm not a terrible person. Like, I'm a good person. Like, I deserve this. Like, I'm really losing my shit. And I started breaking out, actually. Like, I started breaking out with what I thought was like hives. I didn't know what the fuck it was. Like, I thought I had bed bugs out of nowhere, even though I never had bed bugs in my life. But I thought I had bed bugs out of nowhere. I thought, like, maybe I got bit by something. Maybe I got poison ivy. I was losing my mind because I had these, like, little bumps. These little, and they wasn't really little. They was, like, quarter-sized, like, welts all over my body, all over my arms, all over my legs. And it wouldn't be just like the whole day. Like, I would wake up and I would feel shitty because, of course, I'm in my mama house. Nobody knows because I'm not telling, you know, my family what's going on or the fact that I got approved for the apartment. I'm just trying to grind, get what I need to do, go ahead and move, and then tell everybody. So it's like I'm waking up feeling like shit because it's like, I done woke up in my mother house. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's annoying. And then I'm in the back of my mind, like, how am I gonna get this money? How am I gonna get this money? Like, I had to spend this money on my car. I had to spend my money on this, and my mother needed money for that. And then I'm like, it's all these different things. How I'm gonna get this money back? How I'm gonna re up? How I'm gonna make sure I get this? They can't hold the apartment no more. Then it was like, no, they done gave the apartment to somebody else. They can't even hold it longer than that. So now I'm still approved, but I gotta get my money back up so that they can get me into a different unit before they don't have no more fucking apartments available right now. Like, I'm not about to let this shit slip through my fingers. I woke up on 10 for weeks. I'm telling you, from June till October when it happened, I was on 10 for weeks. Just, oh my God, like, working all fucking day, working all fucking night, trying to do every fucking thing, stressed the fuck out. And the like 2 weeks before it really happened, I started, like I said, I had all these welts on me, and it took a long ass time. I was anxious as a bitch for me to figure it out. I was so anxious. I was so nervous that I wouldn't be able to get into the apartment, that I was literally like my immune system, my body was like having a visceral response. Like, I was breaking out into hives over anxiety, over stress. To the point where even after I got approved for the apartment and I moved in October, for like the first for like the first 8 weeks, from like November to December and a little bit of January too. Yeah, for like the first 8 to 12 weeks, even after I moved in, I would wake up. Now this time in the apartment, floor to ceiling windows, and that's an adjustment for sure, for sure. Cause I lived in the hood, not in like boys in the hood, like niggas getting shot and selling crack, but it was definitely still the hood. You know what I'm saying? So like, not the hood, but not the suburbs, somewhere in between, but definitely still the hood. Like the hood right here, and then you got like suburban quote unquote type living over here, and I'm like right here. So kind of like middle class, but the middle class that's still on food stamps. Middle class still get food stamps. Yeah. Yeah, let's go like that. Middle class, but we damn sure still have food stamps. So it's like waking up in this big ass apartment. I'm in there by myself. It's a 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom. I'm in there by myself. This sub just gave. I've just made the most money I've ever fucking made from a sub. First off, so I'm still riding that fucking high. I just got approved from my fucking apartment, and now I'm in the bitch, and I'm waking up every motherfucking day looking at literally the entire fucking city. I'm just waking up, and then the whole fucking city is just right here. Wow. Like, that shit for the first couple of weeks, it really took some time for me to like mentally process it. Like, damn, I really manifested this. I really put it into action. I said I was gonna get this apartment. I used to say it when I was a little girl. For some reason, even though I had never been even inside of the apartment prior to me living in it when I actually got approved for it. But I don't know how the fuck or where the fuck I came up with that as a little girl, that I was gonna live downtown at the Zenith. But that's what the fuck I used to tell myself, and that's what the fuck I did. So it was just like really taking it, all of that in, and like processing it and feeling it, like, oh my God, I really did this shit. I would be so fucking, like, my body would just be filled with so much energy, so much anxiety, so much excitement, so much fear, so much joy, like all of these different emotions. I would wake up and I would be awake for like 10, 20, 30 minutes. And then my whole body would just break out into fucking hives. I would get so hot. My body would just break out in hives. And I would be like damn near trying to stop myself from hyperventilating. Like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Like, I can't believe this is my apartment. I'll be in the bedroom looking out the window, and I would go to the living room, because in the living room, like, one whole wall was just nothing but windows. So you had this like panoramic view of the whole fucking city of Baltimore. Like the Oreo Stadium, the Ravens Stadium, but the hospital. I could damn near basically see the whole fucking city of downtown and West Baltimore from my living room, from my bedroom at any given time, and just taking all that shit in. I was just like, damn, like that shit, yeah, that shit was so fucking cool. Like that shit was really a dream come true. I never intended to stay down there long. I already knew like back then I was gonna go down there and stay for a year. And back then the plan was to move to DC, but that was before inflation happened. um DC really don't have, it's not giving what it needs to give with the price of inflation at this time. Maybe if we have some other people in office in DC, I'll go back down to DC. But since 2019, some of the things that we have had going on in this country, specifically in Washington D.C., I have not wanted to be there, in the mix, especially since I wanted to be in that type of area anyway. Like DuPont Circle, all of that other stuff is where I wanted to live in DC, closer to the White House, closer to that type of area. So I didn't want to, like it's not, I'm not going down there to live with Trump. No, no. Maybe Kamala, but I don't know. Because now I don't want to go to DC no more. I may go to Atlanta, but I don't know about that either. It's just, long story short, I'm saying that to say, it is very, very possible for you to manifest what you want, and I'm gonna sound like a broken record on that. I've explained my long-winded rant and story with all of the sub parts and shit, but like, it's really dead ass possible for you to get what you want. If you can do it one time, you can do it a million fucking times. If you can get a motherfucker to send you $1,000 once, you can get another motherfucker to do it too. If you can get a motherfucker to send you $10,000, you can get 10 more motherfuckers to send you $10,000. If you can make $100,000 once, I promise you, as long as you are paying attention, you being smart, you being resourceful, you learning whatever lessons you need to learn, whatever from a spiritual perspective, you will absolutely do that shit again. But you really gotta be delulu. Like, you really gotta be delusional. You really gotta be not psychotic, not irresponsible, but you really gotta be 10 toes on, feeling confident that this is for you. Financial domination is where you need to be. This feels right. You feel aligned with this, and you know that you can make this happen. The moment you start doubting yourself, that's when you lost. And the reality is, subs want to see that shit too. Subs like when you pop your shit. Subs like when you brag about how much money you've taken from other men. You brag about how much money you make in financial domination. They like that shit. Men like that shit. They want to see that you're bragging about how much money you making. You bragging about, oh, my subs, the subs I entertain, the subs that claim me as their dumb, or I claim them as my subs. They take care of me. They spoil me. They cash the fuck out on me. They got 2-3 jobs for me. My subs pay for me to go on vacation. My subs pay my rent. My subs do XYZ. They want to see that type of stuff. Because again, they want to put themselves in another man's shoes. They want to be that type of man that spoils a woman. So if a man, he might not be rich, he might not be able to give you $1,000 in a day, but he may be able to save up some money and give you that, right? He does like the idea that he gets to watch, you live a certain lifestyle, and, other men are so easily, able to cash out on you and send you $1,000. That's motivation to him, because he wants to be just like those other men, sending you money. You know what I'm saying? So they want to see that type of stuff. When subs start seeing you complaining on the timeline about being broke, you complaining on the timeline about time wasters, subs start seeing you complaining on the timeline about not making no sales and shit like that, that's a turn off. Because why aren't you making no sales? Why aren't you getting no tributes? Why are you, always dealing with time wasters? Are you being consistent with your content? Are you showing up? Do you engage? Are you trying to build relationships with people? Or do you just give like mooch type energy? Do you just give, oh, she thought she was going to come in financial domination, make a few $1,000s in debt. She don't know what she's doing. her profile brand new. She talking about, oh, it's oversaturated. Oh, ain't no money out here. Oh, it's money out there. It's money out there. You just not getting it. You just not getting it. And it's not that you're not getting it because something's fundamentally wrong with you, right? You not getting paid as a dom because you're fat. It's not because you're fat. It's not because you black. It's not because you wear glasses. It's not because you a little funny looking. Maybe it might be if you're a little funny looking. I don't really know. It depends on how funny looking you is, I guess. It's not because you wear your natural hair, or it's not because you're not a little white girl. None of that shit. None of that shit. Mm-mm. But it's more than likely because you don't believe, you're not being Delulu enough. You don't believe that this is truly for you. You're moving like you can say it, you can tweet it, but it's another thing to really feel that shit in your heart, in your spirit, and know that this is right for you. I know without a shadow of a motherfucking doubt that I will be the richest bitch on the earth, on the fucking planet, thanks to financial domination. I know without a shadow of a fucking doubt that I will always be in a situation where subs and men are paying my rent, paying my car note, paying for me to do the things that I do, paying for me to travel, because that's how I deserve to live. I deserve to be provided for. I deserve to be taken care of. I deserve to be spoiled and pampered. It doesn't matter if I'm dating this man, I'm married to this man, he's my sub, or he just thinks that I'm fucking cute. Men love to spoil me because that's what men like to do, and I'm the type of woman that deserves to get spoiled. Period. I say that shit with conviction. That's the way that I move. That's the way that I carry myself. I don't carry myself as if I'm not confident. I don't move as if I don't believe that that's going to happen to me. I don't speak as if I am worried about where the money's going to come from. If you're worried about where the tributes are going to come from, if you're worried about, oh, well, I haven't seen no tributes lately, I haven't seen no clip sales lately, make some more content. Keep fucking going. Retweet the old fucking content. Do something. But the moment you start telling yourself, oh, ain't nobody buying that, ain't nobody finna send, I'm not finna make no money, that's when you fucking lost. Because it starts with you. It starts with you. They want to see that you're moving this way. If you're not moving like the type of woman that wants to be spoiled, it's not going to happen. The type of woman that wants to be spoiled is not going to go 50-50 with no man. The type of woman that knows that she deserves to be pampered and taken care of is not going to be on the timeline talking about how niggas ain't shit and niggas can't never do nothing for you. You want somebody to do something for you. You want somebody to take care of you. So clearly the man that will be taking care of you and sending you tributes ain't shit. The man that's sending you tributes is not a worthless loser, because clearly he's doing something for you, bringing some type of value towards you, right? So are you moving as if you actually believe this? Are you moving as if you think that the men around you, the men that would be sending those things to you, are you moving as if they should feel some type of shame in sending it to you, right? I talked about that in the last video. Like, some of y'all be going through chargebacks and having subs send you money and then calling their banks to get it back because they have buyer's remorse. You're not doing aftercare with your subs as a findom. You don't feel like there's no need to do that. You're not using affirmations. You're not, talking for, a calm down, doing some breathing exercises, telling the motherfucker at minimum to go get a glass of water, watching him drink the water, whatever. Like, you're not doing anything like that. And then subs is reporting that the $2,000 that they gave you is fraud, and now you done lost your cash app and your rent can't get paid. You know what I'm saying? You're not moving in a way that shows the universe, that speaks to yourself, that speaks to the men, that speaks to your audience, that you truly believe in this lifestyle. You truly believe that you deserve this. You truly believe that it's possible for you to have it. You have to walk it, you gotta talk it, you gotta look like it, right? You can't call yourself a financial dominatrix and your hair ain't never done. You can't call yourself a financial dominatrix and you can't go get your nails done. Okay, yeah, it's cool to have a sub to, pay for your hair and your nails, but you're a grown-ass woman. You should be able to pay for your hair and your nails without a man. And if you can't pay for your hair and nails to get done without a man's fucking help, baby, again, your priorities is fucked up. Okay? So, again, you need to walk and talk and act the parts. If you're not moving on that same accord, then men will not gravitate to you for that reason. Or the ones that do gravitate to you are going to match, better yet, from a spiritual perspective, the ones that do gravitate to you are going to match or mirror the energy that you're putting out yourself. So if you ain't getting nothing but time wasters, you ain't getting nothing but low ball offers, those men are mirroring the energy that you putting out. Let's keep it like that. Think about it like that. If you're not getting nothing but time wasters, you're not getting nothing but people that only want to send you $20, only want to, oh goddess, I don't got it, oh goddess, I get paid, this, that. They are mirroring the energy that you are putting out. Because if you going above and beyond, you pushing content, you're active on social media, you're engaging with folks, you're not going to get motherfuckers trying to send you coffee reimbursements and coffee tributes. You're not going to get men that say, oh, I don't get paid till Friday. Can I talk to you today on Tuesday? You're not going to get that. Those types of men are going to know to leave you the fuck alone. You like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like, oh, how do you avoid time wasters? How do you stop them? You move different. When you move like an expensive bitch, you get treated like an expensive bitch. When you move like a cheap hoe, you get treated like a cheap hoe. That's just what it is. If you move like you charge $40 for a minimum tribute, you will get a bunch of $40 ass niggas. If you move like your minimum tribute is $1,000, you'll get those types of men. The nigga that got $40 can't get to you. He already know not to fuck with you. He's probably turned off by you simply because he know for a fact that he can't afford you. He a $40 nigga. So are you a $40 bitch with him? Or are you an expensive bougie bitch that is stuck up and know her worth and strict and bossy on some Judge Judy hoe type shit? What type of bitch are you? Because the energy that you're going to get and the type of men that you're going to interact with, they are definitely going to mirror what it is that you're putting out. They are. They are definitely going to mirror what it is that you're putting out. The universe will test you. You'll see other people around you getting the things that you want, right? And then in those instances, because that's where some people be getting fucked up too, y'all. In those instances where you have other people in your circle, other doms that you're seeing, other women that you're seeing manifesting the things that you want, the universe is testing you to see if you're going to be happy for that person too. That's where y'all, some of y'all and a lot of people get fucked up because they be trying to destiny swap with people on some hoodoo spiritual type shit. You can't be happy for somebody else because, oh, she got what I wanted. Oh, this person, they copying off of me. No, they're not. You don't know their dreams. You don't know the conversations that person is having with God behind closed doors. You don't know that. You don't know them at all. But they have, and they manifested, and they attracted something very similar to what you wanted, and the universe is asking you now, are you ready for it? And can you be happy for this other person that has it while you wait for us to prepare you for what you want? When this person gets approved for their apartment, can you clap and cheer for them? Or is you going to be like, fuck that bitch. Oh my God, I can't believe she did that. The moment you start balling your face up is the moment the universe say, okay, she's not ready. She can't even clap for the next person. Knowing damn well clapping for the next person don't make your shit any less powerful. Sharing a light or lighting a candle of somebody else don't dim your flame at all. The universe be testing you. Are you going to clap and cheer for that person? Oh, yeah, sis, you manifested your fucking apartment. You manifested your dream car. You manifested that well sub. You manifested this, that, and the third. I'm next. Period. Me and you, we next. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you going to move from that energy or is you going to be a hating ass bitch? You going to be an envious ass bitch. You going to be a jealous asshole. Because if you a jealous asshole, it's going to keep moving away from you. Because, again, you're not in the right vibration. Jealousy don't breed success. Bitterness don't breed joy and happiness. You're not going to manifest something being jealous. being bitter. No, you got to be joyous. You got to be happy. You got to be able to clap for the next person, because you never know. You could really be next. She manifested it. You could be next. Shit. We all got community subs. We all know we be sharing these motherfuckers. So the same motherfucker that gave me my first $10,000 could be the same motherfucker that could have gave it to you if you wasn't one of them bitches that was being bitter and jealous when you saw me get it on the timeline. Think about it. Right? Don't block your blessings. Sometimes the universe will really play with you like that on a spiritual perspective to really test you. Don't block your blessings. Being bitter and jealous. You better clap for the next person. You better clap when somebody sees you see the bitch manifesting some shit that you want. You better just, even if you don't like the bitch, look. Because sometimes it be hard. Even if you don't like the bitch and you see her get what the fuck you want, you better clap for her ass anyway. You better clap for her ass anyway. Because the universe is testing you to see if you really want that shit. To see if you're really ready. Emotionally, mentally, spiritually, financially. Because those things are important. You have to still be, it's one thing to manifest it. It's one thing to manifest a well sub. It's one thing to manifest a motherfucker to do all these things for you. It's one thing to manifest all of this stuff. You can do all the manifestation in the world as a financial dominatrix and get what you want. Absolutely. You absolutely can. But you also need to be able to maintain that shit. Sustain that shit. On your own, too. Because your subs ain't always going to be there. Okay, he paid the rent for January, February, March, April. But you telling me you ain't had no backup plan just because he was paying the rent? You telling me that you was literally dependent on his tributes alone to get it paid? You didn't have no type of backup plan? You don't have no other type of income? You got tucked away somewhere? Oh. So you really wasn't ready for your manifestations then. You really wasn't ready to really call in with exactly what you said that you was ready to call in. Because, yeah, it's a flex to say that you got a sub paying your rent. But what if he stopped? What if something happened and you don't fuck with that sub no more? You gonna keep fucking with him and violating your boundaries, your own boundaries, because now you depend on him for your rent? You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be able to maintain and sustain what it is that you're asking for. So if the universe knows, yes, she can manifest this sub to, pay the rent and get her into this apartment, but your ancestors in the universe know you don't have no other source of income, and if something happened to this sub, you gonna be down fucked up on your ass. You're not gonna get it. You're not. And it might hurt your pride. It might hurt your feelings. But it's the truth. If you're trying to manifest a sub right now to pay your rent, to pay off your student loans, whatever it is that you're trying to do, these are good goals to have. Audacious goals to have. Fuck with it. Keep doing it. But I promise you, if you can't be happy for the next person when it's happening for them and not you, knowing that you up next, or you're not mentally, financially, emotionally prepared to actually handle what it is that you're asking for, you're not going to get it. Dealing with well subs takes a lot of fucking work. Everybody want a well sub. Everybody want to manifest a well sub. Being in a relationship with a well sub or a man that sends you a lot of money and you don't really have a romantic attachment to that person, that's still a lot of fucking labor. You got to have conversations. You got to get to know that person. You got to get to know that person based on where you two meet in the middle. This person might be married. This person may be in a different time zone. This person may be old as fuck. This person may be slightly racist. This person may be the worst motherfucker in the world. You may find out after dealing with this motherfucker for a few months that you hate this nigga. Really? You might find out that you hate this motherfucker. And after that, you done spent all of this time trying to train him, trying to, do subcontracts and all this other stuff. You spent all of this time, all of this energy that you invested into this shit, and now you hate the nigga. You have to be able to hold that boundary, correct this sub, put him in line, go get your money, respect it, do whatever. If you can't call him at a certain time because his wife is going to find out, then that's what it is, ho. You can be a bossy bitch all you want, but then when that man is with his wife, you better shut the fuck up if you want to keep his money and keep that relationship. And yeah, that's gonna hurt your pride, because it's gonna make you feel like a side hoe, even though you're not even a side hoe, right? You're not even a side hoe. It's gonna make you feel like a side hoe though, because you can't even text your sub and be like, "Give me $100," because that nigga with his wife. You better shut up. If you want $100 later, you better shut up right now, and you're not gonna like the way that feel, or whatever the fucking scenario is. You ain't gonna like it. You not. All this shit is not glitz and glam, cookies and rainbows and puppies. This shit get dark. This shit get deep. This shit get hard. But you gotta stay Delulu. No matter how hard this shit get, you gotta stay Delulu. No matter how long it's been since you had your last tribute, since you sold your last clip, oh bitch, you got to stay Delulu. And Delusional tell you, okay, well, I ain't sell no clip, but I'm gonna sell one tomorrow. And if it don't happen today, all right, well, it ain't happen today, but it's damn sure gonna happen tomorrow. And so on and so on and so forth. Because the minute you start telling yourself the opposite, you lost. Your mind, your subconscious mind does not know the difference between reality and make-believe. When it comes to manifestations, when you put an idea into your mind, I am rich, I am wealthy, I am powerful. Your mind, your subconscious mind does not know the difference between that actually being true, that you are rich and powerful, or you just saying that shit and making some shit up. Your mind goes off of what you tell yourself, period. It does. So if you walk around miserable, bitter, oh, I can't never have what I want, life is so hard, that's what you're going to continue to manifest. Life being hard and you not getting what the fuck you want. Think about all the people in your family for a second. Because let's really talk about it. Think about all the people that's in your family for a second that aren't where they feel like they should be or where you think that they could be. Is it because they're like really truly a failure and incapable of accomplishing something? Or is it because of the way that they speak about themselves, the way that they carry themselves, their mindset, their vision, their outlook on life? Are they a person that sees the world half, like the cup half full, or the cup half, basically empty? How do they think? How do they move? How do they act? How do they talk about themselves? How do they move in the world? And how has that had an impact on their success or not? I know a lot of people that's failures. I know a lot of people that's unsuccessful that could really be successful and have the potential to be successful. But their mindset and the people that they hang around who have the same mindset is horrible. They hang around people that smoke and drink all the time and don't got nothing going on for themselves. They hang around people that gamble and cheat and lie and take advantage of people. They hang around finessers, not like FinDom and how we finesse people, but I'm talking about people that lie and cheat and scam, like actual liars, cheaters, scammers. Those people don't live successful lives. They are miserable. And they're miserable because of, again, their mindset, their outlook, the way that they carry themselves. And then, again, now switch gears to people that you know that are successful. People, celebrities that you know. Other influencers that you know. Doms that you know. People in your family that you know that are very successful or that have achieved something that is similar to what you want to achieve. What type of mindset does that person have? Is that person very confident? Do they dress well? Do they speak very well? Do they hold themselves to a high regard? Do other people talk about them in high regards too? Is this person a very optimistic person? Is this person a very positive person? Do they say nice things about themselves and nice things to other people, like paying people compliments just randomly, right? Like, what type of person is this person? What type of energy are they on? Because if this person is high vibration, I can assure you that that person is wealthy. I can assure you that that person is wealthy because they vibrate very high. This paper money shit that we worried about, right? Paper money, paper money. This what? Where is that? This right here, this little dollar, just loose in my purse. This fucking dollar, just loose in my fucking purse. This shit don't mean nothing. That's just a piece of paper. It's a formality. Money is currency, and currency is energy. It's a vibration. It's a vibration. Trust and believe. Go like challenge yourself to spend the next like 5-6 weeks. Challenge yourself to spend like the next 5 or 6 weeks being super delusional, super positive. I want you to tell yourself every fucking day when you wake up, bitch, I'm gonna get some money today. I'm gonna get a tribute today. Today's gonna be the day that we get wealthy. Today's gonna be the day that I see some motherfucking money. Today's gonna be the day that it happens, right? And do it the next day. And 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 the next day. Do it over and over and over and over again. Even if it don't happen on day one. Right? On day one, you said you was going to make $100. It didn't happen. Day 2, you need to say the same thing. I'm going to make $100 today. Day 3, keep going. You have to keep affirming it and moving from that energy. And then start moving different. Move like you a rich ass bitch. Right? If you're not making the money that you want to make as a dom yet, that's fine. Because again, it's a business. That's how businesses work. But when you delulu, you can make shit happen for you faster. How the fuck do you think people, start businesses and then just randomly, seemingly overnight on the outside surface, people start businesses and then they blow up on social media and become rich. They just you start a business and then boom, you went viral and now you got $1 million worth of sales. You're a millionaire now. How do you think that happens for people? It's not just sheer fucking luck. These people are moving from a certain type of energy, a certain type of vibration, a certain level of fucking delusion that made that shit happen. They're not moving from like, oh, well, I'm going to start this business and it may or may not be successful. I don't know. The market oversaturated. No, they're not moving like that. They're moving from a place of excitement. I know this is going to work. I'm praying that this is going to work. I'm putting in the work to make sure that this works. And the universe moves with that energy, period. Challenge yourself to do it over the next 6 weeks. That's what I would suggest. Challenge yourself to be fucking delusional for the next 6 fucking weeks and put the work in as if it's already happening. Be fucking delusional and then continue to show up as if the money is already coming in. You telling yourself that you're going to manifest $1,000 a day or $1,000 a week or whatever the fuck. Keep telling yourself that every day and then get the fuck up and move as if you make $1,000 a day. You make $1,000 a week. How would the version of you be moving or dressing or behaving or speaking or acting if you were already making that money? If your goal is to make 6 figures as a dom, how would the version of you that makes 6 figures dress? Would you be wearing sweatpants and t-shirts all the fucking time with your hair not done? No, you wouldn't, bitch. Go get your fucking hair done and put some clothes on. Would the version of you that makes 6 figures be walking around bitter and talking about niggas ain't shit? No, you wouldn't. Because you know, as a dom who makes 6 figures, that the niggas that you fuck with is the niggas that got money. Ain't no niggas ain't shit going on in financial domination. The ones I'm fucking with got money. The ones I'm fucking with cashing out, they good. You know what I'm saying? Move different. Does the version of you that makes 6 figures as a dom eat certain things? I'm telling you, it's full circle. Does the version of you that makes 6 figures as a dom eat ramen noodles? Be honest. Be for real. Does the version of yourself that makes six figures take the bus? Ain't no shame in taking the bus. I used to take the bus to high school. I haven't been on public transportation since I got a car, but ain't no shame in taking the bus. But does the bitch that makes six figures as a fucking financial dominatrix take the fucking bus? No. Stop taking the bus. Stop eating ramen noodles. Stop wearing sweatpants. Stop saying niggas ain't shit. The bitch that makes six figures shows up online. The version of you as a dom that makes six figures is consistent with her content. The version of you as a dom that makes six figures put a fucking outfit on. Dress the fuck down. Right? The version of you that makes six figures as a dom don't be whining and complaining about shit. The version of you that makes six figures as a dom has other dom friends who are just as successful. So she don't get bitter when other people be making moves and shit. She be clapping for them because those are her colleagues, her teammates, her community, right? The version of you that makes six figures as a dom ain't fucking with no nigga that's making you go 50-50. The version of you that makes six figures as a dom don't make excuses. Ain't irresponsible with her money. Ain't out here clout chasing for fucking followers. The version of you that makes six figures exists, but only if you say it exists. And the more that you say it exists, and the more that you move from that energy, and you start dressing like that version of you, and acting like that version of you, and thinking and talking like that version of you, it will fucking happen. Because you said it was going to happen. Don't believe me, bitch. I done did it 4 times. I mean... Don't believe me, bitch. I done did it like 2, 3, 4 times. And I'll do it again. And maybe when you see me do it again for the 4th, 5th time, maybe you'll finally stop hating and go ahead and realize that you need to keep that same energy and just do it for yourself. Maybe that's what somebody needs. Maybe that's, sometimes we need that. But you're gonna have to shimmy Jimmy. You're gonna have to bust a move. You're gonna have to bust a move. You're gonna have to bust a move. Oh, hold up. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna try to keep it as PG as possible, but I've been looking at myself this whole live. That's why I don't be looking at the camera, because the camera be over here. If y'all ever see me right here, it's really because I be looking at myself. It's really because I be looking at myself. Damn, goddess. You fine as a motherfucker, ain't you? Look at you with your fine ass. With your rich ass, with your fine ass out here. Manifesting. Yeah. 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 Because that's what I'm manifesting. A rich, very successful, very just laissez-faire kind of life. Like, I'm just gonna be that type of bitch that's like bougie and just makes money off of like YouTube videos and bullying men, and don't have no job, but really don't need no job, because again, she make videos off of, bullying men and like talking shit on YouTube and shit. Like she's Sierra 7. Like I just, you know what I'm saying? I'm going after a certain lifestyle here, babes. And I'm delusional AF about that bitch. Fuck being delusional over a nigga. I'm delusional AF about that. And honestly, being delusional ain't never really failed me. No, I can't really think of a time that I was being delulu that, didn't work out, because like I said, I was quote unquote, according to family, according to all my friends, according to, myself, but whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was being delusional as fuck when I was trying to get into that other apartment Been there, done that. So was I really being delusional? No. I was being delusional when I said I was going to quit my job because of FinDom. Been there, done that. You know, was I really delusional? No. So it's like, staying delulu is the salulu, y'all. You really just, look, it's got to be in here. It's got to be in here. But if you don't feel it, can't nobody feel it for you. Can't nobody feel that shit for you. You got to feel it for yourself. You got to feel it for yourself, my love. Let me see. Oh, shit. Well, I'll be damned. Look at that. It's some money in here. Okay, well, bye, y'all. Let me go ahead and spend this tribute. All right, cool.